Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here for a Project Life spread. It's a 2-page spread and I'm using the Hip Kit. For the month of March, I bought the Project Life add-on and I'm going to use a lot of it, but I've sort of mixed um, my main kit and my add-ons and my Project Life all together in one bin, like in my iris container. Everything's all together. So there might be some stuff in there that came from the main kit or an add-on or something. I'm just basically using anything that will look good on my Project Life, but I am using the 4x6 cards and the 3x4 cards, and I'm using some overlays, which I think that came in either the embellishment kit or the main kit or something like that. But I'm still going to use it on this spread because I just if it looks good, if I like it, I'm going to use it. And it doesn't matter to me. Like I said, I just put everything together and I'm going to be using it. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm cutting out all the photos and I printed them on my Canon Selfie and I kind of put them together using my pick frame app. And what I love to cut my photos apart is my little trimmer, and that is a Creative Memories trimmer. And they had stopped making them for the longest time, but now if you're in the States or some parts of Canada, not every part of Canada because I couldn't order it from Creative Memories, but they'll ship it directly to you. And the only difference is there's a couple differences. The newer trimmer is white, and the little bar that to hold down the photo, on the newer one it lifts up, and on the blue one it doesn't lift up. And even though they don't ship to Canada, I just went on eBay and I bought one because I was afraid that I've had my trimmer for over 10 years. It must be going on, I don't know, 12 or 13 years. And it says that it's good for 5,000 cuts. Well, I'm sure mine is approaching that. And, it might still be good for another, I don't know, 3-4 years. But, they might decide not to make them anymore. So I just went ahead and bought one. I took it out for a spin, if you want to say, for a few layouts. And on my regular layouts, you see me using it. And then now I've put it back in the box and I'll only take it out when my blue one is no longer working. So what I did was I made my own sheets of the Design A page protector, but what I did was I just traced it on some white cardstock, and I did this for a few different page protectors. And now I'm kind of spreading out the different not pattern papers, but the different cards where I think they might want to go and where I think I might want to put the pictures. And then once everything is laid out and I know that I have enough slots for the photos and I have enough cards, and actually I'm going to end up using a pattern paper from the kit on this too. And this card here was vertical and I really wanted to use it, so what I end up doing is I end up cutting the top and the bottom, and voila, I made my own little 4x6 card. Once I have everything laid out, I'm going to take one 12x12. I'm going to move it out of the way because to me this is too cluttered. There's just too much going on. There's no way I can focus on all, and all of this at once. And not just that, when I'm working on one card, I'm, maybe knocking some cards on the floor, or so this way I just have a little container that I put them in and that'll be it. So this, I noticed, I don't have enough cards, or not enough photos. So I went and I cut 1 or 2 extra photos. And then once I know, okay, yeah, I like the way this is, I am trying to find a spot where I can put the other 12x12, and then I'm just going to work on one side at once, and I like that. Okay, so I hope you don't notice too much, but I have to stop the recording quite a bit because today's Friday, April 10th. I'm going to work tonight, And when I looked at the schedule, I noticed that, oh my goodness, I'm working a lot in the next 2 weeks. So I won't have time to make, suppers and stuff. So I'm making a spaghetti sauce so that it'll cover, a few days. So I have to stop the recording to go, stir everything up. So the first card that I'm going to work on is the title card, if you want to say that. And so it says, hello, week of, and I'm put February 1st to February 7th. And then I put with the thickers that came in one of the March kits, week 6. And I love that. I love those stickers. And now I want to put them on February because the last month, I've been wanting to do Project Life forever. I did December Daily before Christmas, and I did it Project Lifestyle. So if you're new to my channel, you can go check that out. And I put everything under, I have playlists on my channel. So I put everything under December Daily 2014, and I have about 60 videos. No? How many videos do I have? I'd say about 50 videos. So when I decided to do Project Life this year in 2015, I didn't want to be bound to having to do, 52 weeks of Project Life. So what I decided to do was I'm just going to play it by ear. In January, I didn't have enough pictures, so I did a 2-page spread for the whole month. Now in February, when I started counting the pictures, I had a lot. So then I decided the first week of February, I had way more pictures than any other because it was Mason's birthday. So I had a ton of pictures. So I did a 2-page spread for week 6. Then week 7, 8, and 9, the rest of February, I only did 1 page each. And that's how I'm going to do my Project Life this year is I'm just going to do it however, some months I might have a 2-page layout for the whole month. And some months I might have 4 pages, 1 for each week. And some months, like this month, I'm going to have 5 pages. I have 2 for the first week and then 1 for the rest of the month. And so that's why I want to put the month up there because even though I put week 6, because some months it's just going to be the month. It's not going to be weeks. So I want to make sure that both was there. And then the card next to that, it says weather forecast. And for us in February, it was ridiculous the amount of snow that we got, like retarded. And I have it saved on my iPad. So I'll go count up the number of centimeters and I'm going to write it on the card. But it's ridiculous the amount of centimeters that we got in February. So that little label there that I just stuck on the card, I'm going to put that on there. And I'm sure in February we had over 200 centimeters. Okay, so I had to stop the recording and check this out. So I was off a little bit. In February, we got 160 centimeters, which is 5 feet 2 inches. But to be fair, on January 31st, which was part of that same storm, there was 38 centimeters that fell on January 31st. So that's 200 centimeters. But we got 160 in February. That's totally insane. So anyway, just that, I think that's going to be fun facts to kind of remember, years from now. So I'm going to put that on that little label there, that 160 centimeters fell in February. And it was Mason's birthday on February 1st. So my daughter bought him a cake, and it was an ice cream cake, and he was so cute. So he was 2, so I put Mason as 2. And so anyway, when he took a bite, he was like, yum. So we got that on video. Super cute. So I got a picture of, do I have a picture of him eating his cake? I thought I did. Maybe I don't. I was sure I had a picture of him eating his cake. It must have got, oh, there it is. Yes, so I do have a picture of him eating his cake. It's at the bottom left right now. It's in my album. I kind of switched them around, but it doesn't matter. So on that little card there, it says, here's the detail, and I put happy HB to you. And then I just put a little story of what he was doing that day. From the time he got up till he went to bed, he was humming happy birthday to you. It was so cute. And then he'd just break out into song, and then, he expected us to follow, to sing him happy birthday. So it was so cute. So the card right now that I'm working on, that was a pattern paper that I cut to 4x6, and then I put one of the acetates, and it has little gems all over it. And for his birthday, what me and my husband got him, we got him a pair of skates, because all he can talk about is hockey. And we got him his own hockey sticks, because we have tons of hockey sticks here, but one that he could call his. And so anyway, I just took a picture of him in his hockey skates and with the sticks. And then what he does is he takes his grandpa's gloves, and it actually looks like hockey gloves for him. So then I put what a gem, because it kind of went with the acetate. And then I'm happy and XOXO, and then I put a little label with some enamel dots. Now, my camera was full, or I had something to do, so I just kind of went away. And when I came back, I had done all the journaling for it, because I didn't want to do that on camera. It's kind of boring. So I just showed you that I used my T-square ruler. I kind of put it onto one side of my card, and then I drew some lines, and then I did my journaling, because otherwise it was going to be all crooked for sure. And now I'm working on the card that is him and his birthday cake. And then the card above that, it says, "You amaze me." And I took a little picture of Mason at the rink. And then I put a little bit label and some enamel dots. And now I'm going to show you the cards. And that's going to finish up the first side of the layout. Now I've changed my tripod a bit. I've kind of brought my tripod down so that it's a little closer. So hopefully that you can see the details a little bit more. It's a little closer than it was before, but it's not too close that you're missing stuff. Because some people said they like to see what I have on the side of the layout too, just to see how, I organize things and how I go through the process. So I still keep it kind of widescreen, but where I zoomed in on, or I lowered my tripod, it seems to have made it a little closer. So some of the cards on this, I had more 3x4s than I had 4x6. So what I did was I just took some grid cards that are Project Life, and I glued the two 3x4 on one 4x6 so that it becomes one and it doesn't flop around, or one goes on top of the other in the page protector. So now moving on to the second part of week 6. And there's a couple acetates that I'm going to use on this side. And again, I took a couple of grid cards from the Project Life, because I wanted the acetate to shine. So I didn't want, a busy card underneath and that you'd miss that acetate. This one here that I'm doing is of Mason, and for his birthday also, we had taken him to a Wildcats game, and it's, a hockey team here in our area. And because usually when I take him to hockey, my husband's the coach, so he's on the bench and I'm with Mason in the audience by myself. So we thought that it'd be fun if he could actually go to a hockey game with his pappy. So we took him to a hockey game. He absolutely loved it. Those games are long. It's like 2 hours long because of the 20-minute intermission and yada yada yada. And we laughed like he was, and it was getting late. It was like 9:30, and there was like 8 minutes left to the game. That was it. And it was an awesome game because the Wildcats won 8-2. So you can imagine, like, they, do loud music and lights. So 8 times it went off in the night that the lights were going off, and he thought that was just great. Another thing that he loved was their mascot, Wild Willie. And he was on the ice while Wild Willie was on the ice, and Mason was like, "Kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat." And lo and behold, about the second period, there's a lot of section. It's a big arena. Who comes to our section and sits down and just watches the game? Wild Willie. and it was about 6 steps away from where we were. So my husband, Mason, turns around and he goes, "Oh, kitty cat." So my husband took him, and the mascot was awesome. All the people around were just laughing because Mason just thought it was all that in a bag of Doritos, Like, he was just, and a couple times he was kind of scared because, I mean, it's a big furry thing coming at him, but he hugged him and he thought that was just amazing. So on the cart, I just put "so awesome, it's Wild Willie." And then on the card next to it, I put another acetate and a picture of him eating fries. And I just put that we took him to the hockey game and he just loved Wild Willie. So I just kind of talk about that. Now, the next card, I went on the internet and just took a picture of one of my favorite episodes shows that I started watching in February, and it's Bones. And I love that show. So the card says "on my love list." So I just printed the photo at like 2x2. And then next to it, I took a picture of my Fitbit, the number of steps that I did in a week. And it kind of goes side by side because when I'm on the treadmill, I watch Bones. And, I did 71,000 steps in a week. So that means right now that week I did 10,000 steps a day, an average, which is awesome because my goal at that point, I think it was maybe 8,000. So I was doing way more than that per day. My goal is still not very high. I think I have it at 8,500 and we're in April. But because of the days when I work, it's really hard to get my 8,500 steps in because I'm gone for 14 hours. So I don't want to make it so that I'll feel discouraged. So I'm going to keep it at that. And if I do more, that's awesome. Okay, so now on to the next card. I took some of that, the card that I cut apart a while ago that was supposed to be vertical, but I want to use it horizontal, and I cut the top and the bottom part off of it. It was green. I used it on that card as just as a band of color on the side, and then I'm just going to mount the photo, and then I'm just going to put a little word sticker from the Craft Market sticker sheet and a little puffy sticker. And I am loving all the embellishments in this kit. It's so fun. And usually if if you look at my December daily, and that's the only thing you have to look at. And last month I tried to really coordinate the cards because that's how I scrapbook. When I do a layout, I pick a couple of colors and I go with that. So every time I try to do a Project Life layout that I do all different kinds of colors of cards, I kind of have a hard time. So this one here is probably the closest to different kinds of colors as you can get, although I did still try to keep it in three colors. I have the teal, the pink, and the teal and mint, so those two go well together. And then I have the pink and the coral, and those two go well together. So it's, to me, as far as I'm concerned, it's like two colors but two shades of that color. And so I really liked how it turned out, and that's the closest that I could to make it colorful, I guess. So the next card after that is of my son. He's in the kitchen. He's working for the Wildcats, and I of course had to take a picture. He's in the kitchen. He's flipping burgers, and for him that is huge. He's so quiet and shy. So the fact that he's working, we're really, really happy about that. And then the card next to that is, I took another picture, and my sister-in-law works there as a second job. They've been working there for years. My husband's two sisters work there part-time. And my niece is just beside Josh there. And there's Josh. So I'm going to put, it's a family thing on that card. My oldest daughter worked there. She worked there from the time she was 15 till she graduated. My second daughter worked there from the time she was 14 till she graduated. And my son started working a little later. He was 15, and he's probably going to work till he graduates. So it's pretty neat that all three kids kind of worked at the same place, and it's kind of fun too, because he didn't both my daughter and my son didn't have to do an interview, because the boss really liked my first daughter. So she was like, oh yeah, and she had met my second daughter because of my first daughter working there and stuff. So, and then loved my second daughter. So it's like, oh yeah, Josh can work here too. So I said, you know how lucky you are? Like most kids your age, in the summer they look for a job, or in the winter they look for jobs and they have a hard time. And you just have jobs handed to you, because this summer he's going to work at the racetrack, because again, my oldest daughter worked there, and my youngest and my sisters-in-law work there in the summer as their second job, just, for extra money. So that's it. That completes week 6. Thanks for watching. Bye.